Water.
Yeah, we have one more.
All right, we're joined now by Iowa State head coach Bill Fennelly, student athletes Emily Ryan and Audi Crooks. Coach, if we could have an opening statement, then we'll take questions for the student athletes.
I think a couple of quick points. Number one, thank you to all the fans who came down from Ames to watch. Another great crowd for us. Number two, I have the utmost respect for Oklahoma. That's a great, great team who beat us really bad at our place. And the way we played today, I don't know that we could have. They caught us on a bad day for them and a great day for us. So they're going to be a really tough out in the NCAA tournament, and hopefully they're hosting. If you win this league and you have the kind of talent they have, they should be hosted in the NCAA tournament. And then lastly, obviously could not be more proud of our team. That's as good as 30 minutes as we possibly could have played, and we did it at the right time. So excited that we get to come back and play tomorrow.
All right, thank you. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We have microphone holders on either side, right here in the front right.
Emily and Audi, I was just kind of wondering, Coach talked about the difference in the first time you guys played them and today. What did you guys do differently?
Emily, could you go first, please?
Truthfully, I think, honestly, from top to bottom, everything was better. From the way we came out and executed offensively, executed defensively. You can go down the list. For the most part, I think you can say that every single part of the game, we played better today than at home the last time we played them. So it's a credit to the coaches getting us ready and preparing us the right way, and then the team locking in and doing what we could. Only a one-day prep, and we turned around, and we were really focused. And I think that was a big difference today.
Audi?
Yeah, we just brought a higher level of focus and intensity, and it's a lot easier to beat someone if you've seen them. At home, it was our first time playing them, and we didn't know what to expect, but we kind of saw them and experienced that, so we knew how to combat that, and we came out on top today.
All right, next question, right here in the middle left. Yeah.
Emily, can you just talk about this season, the growth of particularly Audi and Addie, watching the two of them and what they've done just as young players, how much they've grown day to day?
Yeah, it's really fun to watch them come to work every single day and how much they want to get better and how much they want to be pushed. And it's not always smooth for the team and for individuals, but regardless of how the day before went, they're showing up the next day wanting to get better and with the same attitude every day, regardless if they're coming off a good day or a bad day. So it's a credit to them and the way they work and show up every day. And then it's a credit to everyone else around them as well, because the rest of the freshmen also show up every day and push them to be better too.
All right, front right.
Tyler DeLuca, No Cap Space. Coach, I'm interested in your thoughts when you have freshman talent like this with Audi and Addie, and you see them come into their first postseason tournament and having a performance like today's game. Can you kind of characterize how just impressed you've been with how they've handled today's game and the performances that they had as freshmen?
Okay, if I answer that?
It is.
Okay. No, I obviously what you see are all of our freshmen, especially Addie and Audie, are extremely talented players. And, you don't play the way they're playing at this level without having God-given talent. I say at home every day they were raised right by great parents who taught them how to work hard and accept hard coaching. And they get to play with Emily Ryan. So I think you put all that stuff together, Iowa State's the beneficiary of that. And they show that every single day.
All right, if we could stick with student-athlete questions. Got one. Okay, front right.
Addie and Emily, I was just kind of wondering, it seemed like there were a ton of excitement when Addie hit that three at the end of halftime. What did that do for momentum, excitement, confidence, stuff like that?
Emily?
Yeah, I think anytime you can hit a big bucket going into the end of a quarter, into a half, it's huge for momentum because you're going to be sitting on that last play for a while. And so it was a huge hit by her and just a lot of excitement. And that's the fun thing about this team is that everyone was excited about it, and everyone was more excited about it than even Addie, and she's the one that actually hit the shot. And so that's what's fun about this team. We're more happy for each other's success than our own, and that's what's going to continue to make us better each day.
All right, middle right.
Yeah.
Audie, so being the versatile player you are, what is your leadership role on this team?
That's a great question. I first had to kind of learn how to conduct myself coming in to this year. You know, before you can lead, you have to be able to follow. And I've certainly got a great leader in Emily Ryan. And I don't think that I try to lead in the way that I play. In high school and years before, I'm kind of that vocal person. Well, when you got the general over here, I don't need to do that. So I just try to make sure that I'm on my P's and Q's and that I'm cheering on my teammates. So I try to lead by example and to just show up every day and grow in this process in this first year.
Okay, real quick. Tommy, did I cut off an answer that you need? All right, okay. Next question, left, middle.
Audie, you talked about having seen Oklahoma once and how that helped a little bit. Obviously, you guys know how they like to, get up and down quickly, score quickly. How did you feel like defensively you were able to really keep them from playing the kind of game they wanted to?
Yeah, no, we matched up really well, and like you said, they do put that emphasis on transition. So our guard sprinted back, got to lane first, and then the bigs got back, and we just kind of matched up from there. So credit to the guards for getting back and sprinting and holding it down while we were getting boards or making buckets.
Okay, right, second row.
So you guys had a ton of momentum there in that first half, and it grew in the second half. Just what was done to keep it and build on that?
Emily?
Yeah, I think the big thing was just staying in the moment and trying to win each possession. Honestly, I was surprised when I looked up and I saw that the score was as wide as it was because we were so locked in the moment and just trying to take each possession one at a time. And so I think when we're able to do that and look at it one at a time rather than the big picture, it's good for us to break it down like that. So we just ride the momentum from play to play. And when we make a bad one, we try to make the next one right. And then if we make a good one, we're trying to build on it.
Audie?
I second that. There was a moment where I looked up for the first time in a long time when I saw that there was a bit of a deficit. It was kind of like, oh, all right. Not a deficit, sorry, a gap. But we just, like she said, try to focus on the moment, stay in the moment, 40 minutes, but we play it by quarters, we play it to the media, just do whatever you can to piece together good plays, good plays, good plays. When a bad one comes along, wash it, just continue to work and focus on the next one.
Okay, middle, left.
Emily, Big 12 title game tomorrow. You've been here before, but a lot of the impact players on your team haven't been. What's your advice to them as the leader on the team and as someone with a lot more experience?
Yeah, I think that's been the case pretty much every game we've walked into this year is that it's the first time for everything, and they've embraced every single challenge really well, and so I have no doubt they're going to do the same tomorrow. But I think the big thing for us is just to approach it like we do any other game, do what we need to do and take care of ourselves, and then let the outcome take care of itself. But the big thing is just stay in the moment and try not to do anything that we haven't done before. Just keep doing what we're doing.
Okay, middle, right.
So what do y'all want, coming from y'all, the student athletes, what do you want people to know about this team that they don't know?
Audie?
That's a good question. This team runs deeper than what you see on the court. This team has struggled a little bit this year to kind of find our legs. We're new, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's been picture perfect because it hasn't. We've struggled and we've hit ruts, but one thing about us is we're always going to come back from it. We're always going to learn and grow from whatever mistakes we make, and we've persevered throughout the season. We're here, and a lot of people said that we wouldn't be, and that just, I think, speaks volumes.
Emily?
Yeah, I mean, I think you asked something that people don't know about our team. I think it's actually pretty obvious, but I'm just going to say anyway. It's just we're more connected than just like a team, like a basketball, like playing basketball. It's a lot bigger than that, and that's what makes showing up every day so much fun. It's that you get to enjoy what you're doing with the people you do it with, and that's why you just want to keep showing up every day, and that's why I'm glad that we get another game tomorrow. Anytime you're in March, you just want to get as many games as possible because when you have a special team like this, you don't want it to end, and so we're trying to maximize as many games we can get, and I'm just glad we get to show up and tip it off and play again tomorrow at 8.
Time for one more question for student athletes. Middle left.
Yeah, Emily, this is for you. I know you've always been such a team first player, but from an individual personal standpoint, when you consider how much personnel changed from last year, the injury you went through, here you are back in the final again. Personally, what does that mean to you to have achieved this again?
Yeah, I mean, it's just super special to experience it last year and now kind of getting to experience it through the freshman's lens, and they're going through it for the first time, and it's super special to experience it through the eyes of them and kind of lead them through it as much as I can and just kind of enjoying the process and it's really cool to do it with this group because they have been through a lot, and it hasn't been easy. And I'm just grateful I get to show up with the coaching staff that I get to show up with and the team that I get to show up with every day. And nothing more that I would ask for than to play in a championship tomorrow.
Thank you, Emily and Audi. We'll go to questions for Coach Fennelly.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Front right.
Bill, you guys had a very strong start to the game. What do you think the key was to, jumping on them early and setting that tone?
I think for us, I thought defensively we were really good early. We took away the things that we tried to take away. And then certainly, their transition offense is so good, but it's not as good if they're taking the ball out of the net. And we shot the ball really, really well, and it slowed them down a little bit, not a lot. Obviously, the end of the first quarter got a little shaky, but we never had extended periods of time where they were scoring and we weren't. So the scoring runs that we were worried about really didn't happen today like it did at our place when we played them.
Bill, right here. You think back to last year and cutting down the nets. What do you have to say? Did you think you could be back here playing for a championship regardless of what happens tomorrow night? What does that feel like?
Well, obviously, I think Emily put it perfectly. This is, for some of us, we get to come back and we get to play in a championship game, and we won it last year. Well, there's 5 freshmen, a D2 transfer, and another transfer that weren't in Ames last year, so they've never done it. So it's kind of like literally watching your grandkids at Christmas open presents because it's new. It's exciting for them. This is cool. It never gets old for those of us that have been blessed to do it. It won't get old for Emily. But to see, we all want to work, we all want results, and we all want to be rewarded for our efforts. And whatever happens tomorrow, I think the young people on our team are going to be rewarded and play in a game that they all dream about playing when you come to college.
Front left.
Coach, we referenced Addie's three-pointer at the end of the half, but all 3 of her shots seemed to have meaning in that second quarter when Oklahoma kind of contracted the lead. It seemed like all 3 of her shots were very well timed. Did she just have a sense of what you guys need at a particular moment in terms of putting the ball in the hoop?
Yeah, she really does. That's a great analysis of her game. There's times I think she doesn't understand how she can impact a game and defers a little too much. But I think the matchups, and we kept telling her, there's going to be opportunities because the way they're going to go guard Audi or the way they're going to get into Emily Ryan, there's going to be opportunities. And, the last play, of the half, we called for her, and, we felt like we'd get a decent look at it. But the kid is so talented and understands the game at a unique level for a young person. So, yeah, she didn't get a lot of baskets, but it seemed like everyone was at the perfect time.
Back to the right.
Bill, I was just kind of wondering, what did you think of the contributions you got from your bench today, too?
No, our bench was tremendous. Everyone that played, we played 9 kids, and, you look out there and you're up 10, 12 and playing great, and there's 5 freshmen in the game in the second quarter. And I thought Nellie was phenomenal. For the minutes, she played. I think we really wanted to play a lot of kids in the first half and get everyone to halftime with some fresh legs because we knew they were coming. But, our bench continues to impact the game, and I thought all of them did that today, all 4 of them. They couldn't have been better.
Coach, you told us yesterday that not many teams can hold Oklahoma to low point totals. Your defense today was really tenacious all over the place. I think Emily Ryan had a block or 2. Where did that come from, and what did you think about their performance?
No, I thought defensively we were pretty good. We had a couple mental lapses and let Peyton stick some threes on us in transition, just like she did in Ames. But I think a couple things. We were fairly organized, and even though the pace was fast, when we're shooting over 50%, and we're making some threes, they do have to take the ball out of bounds. and that slows you down a little bit. And then I thought we defended personnel pretty well. And then we got lucky and they missed some shots that I'm sure they would think they should make. And welcome to March. That's the world we live in. So it all kind of goes together. But I thought our defensive effort was really, really solid. And I thought AJ was tremendous. You know, we asked AJ to do a lot. And, you know, I know it looks like Peyton scored a ton of points, and she's a great player, but I thought AJ did a great job on her. And we didn't give up as many offensive rebounds as we did at home, and that helped as well.
Yeah. Could we get a microphone, middle left, please?
Hey, Bill, I was wondering if I could ask you sort of a big picture question. With Oklahoma losing, that's 4 of the Power 5 conferences when number 1 doesn't win, and South Carolina was a banked-in 3 from making it 5 of 5. From a perspective of just the competitiveness at this time of the year across the country, what do you think that says?
No, I think it says, you know, that there's a lot of good teams, and I think that's the great part of college sports, and it is March Madness for a reason. It isn't best 4 out of 7. It isn't 3 out of 5. You know, you don't have to beat someone on back-to-back nights. You have to be the best team in a 40-minute game. And, you know, I think that's what happened today. Oklahoma was the best team in our league. They earned it. They over 18 games. But today, we were the better team. And that's what postseason's about, and that's what makes it so much fun. And that's why collegiate basketball in March is the best thing going. And it's cool to see it. And it's cool that there are so many opportunities for other teams to impact not just their programs, but maybe, you know, how the tournament looks to the masses.
All right, time for one more over on the right.
Bill, I know that we referenced the crowd on Saturday, but could you just talk a little bit about it for today's game?
Yeah, for those of you that don't cover us a whole lot, I say the same thing all the time. Iowa State fans are so unique. They are so special. And again, you drive, I would bet there's a lot of people that drove down here Saturday morning, went home, drove down here today, are going home, and they'll probably come back tomorrow. And the format that we are currently in with our men not playing till Thursday made me really concerned. And I should know better. Our fans are just so unique, and they did it again today. And I hope that they feel like, hey, this is a team that they love to support. It's worth the drive. And I'm sure the great people of Kansas City are loading their coolers up in their restaurants as we speak. So hopefully they all have a good night tonight.
Thank you, Coach Fennelly.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time today.